tell someone who hasn't watched in a long time, hey, Dardoch's coming back. The first question from someone was actually, for like a show match? It's like, no. As a starting jungler, he's actually just been ramping up through collegiate, through tier 3, through tier 2, and now onto the LCS stage.
10 years ago, he debuted, and now returning full circle versus Armao. 3 jungle bans. You can't ask for a better return for Dardoch here. LYON are definitely prepared for him. Taking away Nefiri, Vi, and Poppy. Dignitas, meanwhile, take away the Cassiopeia, the Nocturne, and the Olaf, so that's going to be an Ezreal first pick for Berserker.
We're seeing more and more of this Ezreal first pick, just because it's good into mages, and it's also an exceptional Berserker champion, so LYON just trying to enable their carries as much as possible. Saint and Berserker have been playing extremely well, shot calling more in the absence of Inspired, so making sure that Berserker's in a good spot is smart.
Now we'll see if FBI wants to match AD carry for AD carry or go for the mages. And it seems like Dignitas want to give Dardoch something he's comfortable on. That's an early Lee Sin lock-in for Dig.
Yeah, for those of you who haven't been following along, he's been playing the meta stuff in NICL. He doesn't have these crazy pocket picks. He just plays what the team needs. Some of his best moments in LCS history were on Lee Sin. It is his second most played champion of all time
behind Gragas,
behind the Gragas.
Yeah. So it was one of those two. We're going to be on my bingo card. It's going to be the Lee Sin, and then Jace for Denathor, presumably, in the top lane. So double AD locked in. We'll see what LYON's response is. Dardoch giving him agency, I would say, is kind of tick number 1 on my checklist, is give him something that he can actually control the pace of the game. I think Lee Sin absolutely can do that.
I think he can, and they also have a really strong AD top jungle right now, which allows them to play a mage bot lane if they so choose. Ziggs is also unbanned. So would not be shocked if they just lock in the Ziggs with their next pick, as LYON continues to pick pretty standard stuff. Armao, very comfortable on Xin, had a really good game on Xin in week 1.
And Armao, again, it's so funny that you just got to interview Dardoch. He was like, it's full circle. That I'm up against Armao in my return match here. It's also surprising to see him return. We know that his goals were more just to help out the team, get some wins while he's here filling Inspired's chair. Dardoch, we'll see how much longer he sticks around for, but it's going to be kind of carry versus carry matchup between these two veteran junglers with a Camille locked in support for Isles. Assuming, again, it could technically be flexed around top lane if they really want it.
It would be a very difficult lane matchup, Camille into Jace, if they decide to go that route. And Palafox just decides to match the locks in the Leona for IgNar to likely match the support Camille. So they're going to wait on whether or not they want to lock in Ziggs.
There's a lot of mages still up. Cassiopeia's gone, but like Ziggs would be the primary one. Victor would kind of be that next one in my mind. I guess at that point you're kind of falling a little bit below what we've seen as the traditional mage bot lane meta here. But we'll see if LYON try and pinch that pool at all as Dignitas take away some top laners. That is a Yorick ban.
Yep, Yorick ban is one of the best picks into Jace. It's also an old school Dhokla special. Dardoch would know that from the old, he's played on a couple teams with Dardoch back in the day, so it's probably not why the ban Yorick, it's because of the current meta, but you like to get those connections.
Well, it's funny because back when I was last casting Dardoch, it was Optic Academy 2019 when he was playing with Dhokla, and Dhokla was playing the Yorick top lane. That's what he was known for. So it's also a funny full circle for me. That was like the first casting, LCS thing that I really had under my belt. And so now I'm happy to cast Dardoch Beanbag. That is the Ziggs ban, though, from LYON's side. Wouldn't be surprised if it's something like the Victor ban as well, just really try and pinch that pool. But Dignitas, hard focus on the top lane, trying to get Denathor at least a more comfortable matchup since they already showed that he's playing the Jace.
Yeah, I'd be pretty happy with an FBI Kai'Sa as well. That's the other option that people have been doing into the first pick Ezreal. Kai'Sa Leona is a solid combo. As they hover the Corki, making it fairly likely they'll just lock that in.
Yeah, it was the Akali final ban for LYON, so focusing a little bit on Palafox's champ pool. Dignitas, because it is the Ezreal, they're less pressured to play a mage. They actually could just opt for a traditional AD carry, and they pivot to a Jhin to go with the Leona.
Still fine. They have a ton of damage already with the Jace and the Lee Sin. It will hard lock Palafox into a mage because they need magic damage, but not a big deal either way.
I mean, I'm thinking Dhokla, if he's willing, he could just hard lock a tank here and just build full armor.
Sion will be pretty good here.
Yeah, Sion. Even something like a Malphite I'm looking at is like... Just look at all of that AD on Dignitas' side. Whoa!
Blocks the Swain. So he is, if you lose to Zeus playing Swain into your Jace, just play the Swain into his Jace. So that's
learn from it, grow from it. There we go.
it's one of those things where if you feel like the sustained damage isn't high enough, you can pick one of these raid boss type champions.
Yeah. These drain tanks, and without all the melee, because like Jace is conditionally melee, but he often wants to jump in. Now he's less enticed to do so, but Lee Sin and the Leona have to go in. So here's some more range for Dignitas. They lock in the Orianna from mid lane.
One of the 2 game wins that Dignitas has picked up in Summer Split was Palafox popping off on the Orianna, so like to see that locked in. But again, a little bursty, not a huge amount of sustained damage, so you do have to watch out for Dhokla and Saint in the late game, both becoming these kind of battle mage bruisers.
Yeah, if you can blow up the Swain in one big pop, then it feels fantastic, because he stacks health, not a lot of resistances, but if you don't kill him in that first burst, it gets really tough to kill him afterwards, because he presses the ultimate, he gets a big chunk of health, and then he drain tanks through it, especially with all these, you know, more melee champions on top of you. And then you're going to have the artillery firing in from the Ezreal, from the Ryze, liking what LYON have drafted here today. But again, my eyes will be on the man on your screen right there, Dardoch, his big return to the LCS on the Lee Sin. This is a champion that can get aggressive, has a lot of agency, so I imagine a lot of our time in this game 1 will be spent tracking his pathing, figuring out what Dardoch's game plan is to help revitalize this Dignitas squad that has yet to pick up a series win in summer. They have not picked up a series win since lock-in tournament all the way back in the winter. Hopefully their fortunes change today. Dignitas versus LYON, game number 1. Let's take to the Rift.
First LCS game since 2021 summer for Dardoch, playing his 2nd most played champion of all time against the back-to-back LCS champions in LYON, who are playing without Inspired, but Dignitas have not won a match since February. So if Dardoch is able to do something here, it will be quite a statement game back in the LCS.
What would you anticipate from Dardoch given the composition so far? Do you feel like he's going to be just kind of doing the traditional jungle pathing where he goes for the full clear and then goes for a back? Actually, we'll get back to that because, reminder, this is Raz's match of the week.
It is.
He gets 2nd pick.
Yeah, well,
just pick me whatever.
He meant pick me the Dardoch game.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think so.
Because of the reference.
Yeah.
I would say. No, I mean, I don't think Dardoch needs to do anything exceptional. I think Dignitas had been getting pretty poor performances out of XU. It's one of the big reasons they made this change. But the big thing that he needs to do is help unify this Dignitas team. That's like everyone who talks about what he's able to do in NACL is he makes the game easier for other players because Dardoch knows what he wants to do and he knows what he wants his teammates to do. So it's hard to do that, to just step into a new team. And in 5 days of playing in person, he said he got here on Sunday into Los Angeles to be unified, but that's the type of player that Dardoch can be. So you won't necessarily see it maybe with him popping off, but if the team is cohesive, I think a lot of that would be about Dardoch.
Most of the time when he joins a new team, it was because they wanted a revitalized jungle, mechanical jungle. Let's take a look at some of his history here, because 17 years old, he joins the league. There's a little scrap in the bot lane, not going to amount to anything here. But then he moves around a lot. This was his best ever finish.
He was so good on that Echo Fox team with Huni in the top lane. They were halfway through the split, they were 8-1. Everyone thought they were just going to run over the rest of the split, slumped a little bit, finished 3rd place, but demolished Clutch Gaming in that 3rd place match over in Miami. And then he really continued to bounce around teams, 7 different LCS teams. But really, it's kind of like 9 with the 2 stints on TL and now the 2 stints on Dignitas, as Armao pops up in a little cloud of vision right there. So inefficient pathing already as Dardoch in the counting stats, even though he hasn't played in 5 years, still way up there. It's a little bit small, but you can see 7th all-time in games played, 8th all-time in kills, 8th all-time in assists for junglers. And he's ready to count some more stats here on Dignitas.
It's incredible he's top 10 in all those categories when he hasn't played in 5 years. That's crazy to me that in his time in the LCS, he was already able to accomplish all of those numbers.
He's still in his 20s. He was so young for his entire LCS career, really. I mean, 18 when he was last on Dignitas, he would have been, what, 23?
Something around there, yeah.
That's still young in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Dignitas and how things are going over there, apparently we have comms of IgNar telling his teammates his LCS idol. Let's take a listen.
Against TL bot lane. What about if who is better, Leon bot lane, TL bot lane?
Don't know, bro. We'll find out today.
It doesn't matter because you're better, IgNar.
Oh, I'm scared.
Think about it this way, a little core JJ knowledge. only one of them won Worlds. So
I'm a world champion.
To be honest, Cole JJ is my idol, kind of, you know?
same, the GOAT.
Yeah, because long time ago it was not, but I'm getting older and older. He's still good. Makes me like you know what I mean? Yeah.
As you get older and older as
what
a
he means.
support, Core gets more and more of your hero, your idol.
I mean, it's fun. Age is such a topic because if they bring in Dardoch, some people are wondering, like, okay, why would you bring in Dardoch? Is he not too old? He is not. There are 6 players in the LCS right now older than Dardoch.
Yeah.
And 2 of them are in this game. Dhokla and IgNar, both older than Dardoch. The other players, Core JJ, oldest player in the league, Impact, Huhi, IgNar, Dhokla, and B-Boy, all older than Dardoch.
2 of them are in this game.
Yes,
so
sir.
Dardoch's
And Dokla's good. Dokla's playing the best league of his life. So
he's got a
really
strong argument for first team All-Pro already in this summer split. So currently he's getting pushed in by Denathor, who's actually getting the better of this matchup despite the counter pick. Dhokla went for the double armor back here with the cloth armors. And Denathor's actually going to push another wave in, it looks like.
yeah, I mean, this matchup is going to be Jace's favorite. It's just about whether or not the Swain can outscale. Dhokla himself did have an advantage on Zeus when they played this matchup at MSI. So Dokla's just trying to withstand this early barrage by the Jace, and it's about how much Denathor can get going early, as he's got to play a little bit safe and just take a base.
Dhokla will stick around, catch a cannon wave, and we did see Isles even rotate up there. So if Denathor had pushed for more, could have been in trouble. He does stick around, spotted on this ward now, but Isles is already out of there, and Dokla's channeling another back. We'll stop it again. Now mid lane, Isles does go for the gank onto Palafox. That's a shockwave down. IgNar's trying to lock in Isles. Dardoch not able to land the sonic wave. Isles does walk away.
Pretty good gank there from Isles, even though he had to burn his flash. He chunked out Palafox, got the ultimate, and Saint is going to be pretty happy about the wave state after that.
Yeah. I mean, that's ultimate down, the summoner spell heal down. It's flash traded from Isles, but already with that pressure that they created, Armao goes straight to the dragon with Berserker. So this is going to be a first dragon picked up by LYON, stacking up very quickly, 6 minutes into the game. Still 2 minutes until that next grubs. Sometimes we've seen these last couple of games that, you know, the dragon will be up when the grubs spawn. Not every team's opting for an early dragon take, but this time around we could get a contest.
Yeah, it was a really nice timing there by Armao to start the Drake, knowing the Palafox was in base with no TP. So that's just a tempo play. I'm not going to blame Dardoch for that whatsoever.
Okay.
Other team got Drake. Some random solo queuers would, but we're professionals here. We understand that things are outside of the jungler's control. He had a nice little look on Berserker there, bot lane as well, but Berserker is just playing too safe.
You know, last time Dardoch played in the LCS, Camille support was not a thing. So he hasn't had to deal with a second jungler in the game.
In LCS.
In LCS.
He's
True,
dealt with
yes.
plenty of it. He's been active. I mean, when I talked to him before the game, he was saying how he just kind of slowly realized his results kept getting better and better. He was a top 2 NACL finisher last split, which meant he got to play some scrims against LCS teams. Then the LCS teams kind of realized, hey, this Dardoch guy, still pretty good.
Yeah.
Still pretty good.
Not too shabby.
Started asking around, and that's kind of what led to this eventual LCS return. As the lanes are stable right now, he doesn't need to do anything exceptional early. The problem about playing against LYON is they're the best team fighters in the LCS, so there's tons of games where they're either even or slightly behind, and they're just going to out-team fight you.
Yeah.
But you're going to take this, right? You're going to take just being in the game, giving yourself a chance.
I will say this is the LYON special, though. When they had Inspired, this was very much the pace of their play. Those, you know, 3 out of the first 4 games they played without him were very fast, very aggressive. We have highlight reels of Berserker, diving turrets, things like that. But then they also showed that they have the ability to play slow still, even without Inspired in the jungle, constantly farming up. Armao's still farming up himself. He's up in about a camp from Dardoch right now. They're looking mid onto Palafox. He has the flash available, but no teleport.
They just have so much river control that they're actually just taking the objective off of this because they have the players missing that everyone on DIG has to approach with a lot of respect.
Looks like DIG is approaching, though. Armao will get the 1 grub and back away. Let's see if Dardoch actually wants to take these next 2. They started up, so just going to be a 1 grub take for Armao. Deny the full 3 from Dignitas, but DIG were in the neighborhood, so it's not going to be free grubs to LYON.
Yeah, respectful play from both teams.
Look at Isles. He's in a forward brush up here. Let's see if Denathor spots it out. He's trading onto Dhokla. Swain pops the ultimate. Denathor will just run away, and he's out of there. Okay,
Nice.
not bad.
Nice Storm Raider Surge proc there on the Jace. Trades hard with Swain, gets the ultimate, and pops back. The Roam isn't really costing Isles anything. That's part of this support Camille. IgNar's been sticking around a little bit more in lane. That's why he's level 6 to Isles is level 5, so could try and make a play with that power spike, but with the objectives being down, this is where LYON is just going to play pretty respectful of this big level 6 Leona that can walk around.
Right now that Leona is on the bottom side on a ward, so the Leona Envision is the least scary Leona. True. Don't have to worry about that. Isles will show as well here. Get some of this XP in the lane.
And here's another fun fact about Dardoch. We've been talking a lot about how the last time he played was 2021 summer. It's also the last time DIG ended the split with a positive win record.
Yeah.
Was the spring of that year with Dardoch.
He's going to have to put a lot of work in if he wants to make that happen again here, as now he's bot lane! First blood! Welcome back to the LCS. Dardoch makes the gank happen through the bot lane.
Don't even need the Leona ultimate because they can just connect through the Camille hookshot and secure that kill. Very nicely done by Dardoch playing around his support.
Yeah, I mean, he goes in through the bottom brush and just, there's no vision down.
We saw the Isles use it that way?
Huh?
Brush? Or are you doing it on purpose because I called it out yesterday?
I'm not going to lie to you, Jatt. I don't really think when I say the word brush. Does it change every time I say it?
No,
is that what's happening?
You've been consistent the last 2 days saying brush, but it's just the first time I've noticed it.
Should I say brush? Would that make you more comfortable?
I mean, that just makes me feel like it's being said correctly, but you can do what you want.
I think it's a Minnesotan coming out of me.
Okay.
It's the long vowels, you know?
I mean, it makes sense. Dardoch was just playing for a collegiate team in Minnesota.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's on the...
Shout out St. Cloud. And this
nice
is the look
by
at the game.
And then Dardoch with the execute on the Q2.
Beautiful gank there. Lands the Sonic Wave, follows it up, has the execute damage. First item, Eclipse.
I know. He's strong. But Sundered Sky for Armao, so they're able to match. There's a decent chance we're going to see some posturing around this next Drake. Dhokla rushed the Frozen Heart, so he's really in the mind of, I'm going to make Palafox kill me because no one else is going to be able to kill me. That's the strategy he's going with here.
Yeah. The armor stacking for top side is going to be, that's a Palafox problem later on in the game here, as currently LYON are controlling the access point to this next dragon. They got the first one very early, but with Dardoch picking up that first kill, that's a 1.3 thousand gold lead overall for Dignitas. Every single member of DIG has a slight lead over their LYON counterparts, and the Sonic Wave will land, plus a Shockwave! The combo from Palafox and Dardoch just bursts Isles down.
That's the decisiveness.
Yeah.
Land the Q. The plan is if I find someone, we're going to combo them. That's not necessarily something you just ad-lib in the moment. So beautifully done there by Dardoch and Palafox. Same page. Palafox cashes in and they take the Drake.
Incredible trigger pull there.
Yes,
from
sir.
Dardoch and Palafox.
Okay.
The mid-jungle synergy already showing up. I mean, it's not the flashiest combo to land. It's just land a Q, press Q again. Your mid laner presses R, but still, the fact that they did it so decisively, that's a good sign for this Dignitas squad.
Former rookie of the split Dardoch back at it again in his first game. Oh, look out, look out, look out.
Denathor talking about rookies alone in the top lane right now. He dodged the last Isles gank, but will not dodge this one. Dhokla picks up the kill.
Flash from Swain and Ignite ult from Isles' Camille, but that is the win condition for LYON, is big dokes on this Swain. Stayed even enough in CS, completed the Frozen Heart, and also picked up a kill. So going tanky first and then potentially Rylai's next is just going to be a really difficult Swain to deal with.
Now 474 gold ahead of Denathor, who was holding on just from the matchup itself. But yeah, I think you're onto something there, Jatt. Dhokla learning from that MSI performance, saying, wait a minute, there's something to this. If you could just weather the storm, just survive the laning phase, this Swain will be a monster. Now building towards damage next after picking up all that armor. With the mana as well. Like the Frozen Heart also just gives you that ability to stay in lane longer. Yeah. That's a huge chunk of mana that you get. So he's going to be a problem for sure.
I kind of feel like not enough top laners are doing this type of thing that Dhokla's doing and Zeus has done a lot of, where if the other team is picking these like kind of burst heavy, low sustained damage team comps, like just pick something that will outscale the game in the top lane because you're still able to get a lot of income over time.
Reminder, everybody, Atlanta, Georgia, fun fact, was the host of the Summer Olympics in 1996. Now 30 years later, it will host the 2026 LCS Championships as IgNar goes for a top lane gank. Paying it back in kind from Isles' earlier roam. Dignitas backing up their top laner this time. Actually, it's Palafox that's in lane to get the kill, but either way, shutting down Dhokla.
And again, I really like the focus there. He's stacking armor, so let's play around the one guy who does magic damage and then be very sure that we give Palafox the kill. Because if Palafox doesn't get fed, they're going to have actually no answer for the Swain.
2-0-0 on the way to Fed territory here. 439 gold ahead of the lane counterpart as Denathor went to the bottom side and is picking up the wave down there into Saint. And that's a turret taken as well for Palafox. So a lot of gold injection to this Orianna. Let's see what this purchase is. Yeah, Seraph's completed. 4 stacks on the Dark Seal and a couple Amp Tomes to boot. Palafox is ready to carry.
Yeah, he's playing a little bit of scaling. Didn't start with a, Blackfire Torch or anything like that. Has gone straight for the Seraphs, but is going to give him a little bit of durability later on in the game if he needs to survive getting jumped on by the Camille.
If it leads here.
He's
Walking bot, they want to dive me.
Yeah, we're clicking top
We
right
can
now.
easily just dive with 2.
Tell me when you're ready. Lee?
Ready, you can
Just
go,
go now,
you
go now,
You can go mid if you get it over, okay? You can just TP mid.
Waiting your E.
Yeah.
Give it to Christian.
And a
Back
fight
to
two,
live, we
another
see
one.
Armao getting caught in the jungle, and Dignitas do not relent. They go and invade Armao with the Raptors right as the Herald's up. They're going to get a kill and an objective.
Play for Palafox. Dardoch and Palafox have displayed amazing mid-jungle synergy so far. Look out, though. Berserker got that lethal tempo stacked up and is trading aggressively 1v2.
Yeah, a lot of damage here onto IgNar. FBI going to try his best to catch his wave, and will do so back off. Now we see Saint actually
little
approaching
risky.
at the Herald. It was Dardoch alone on it. He will get the objective. He has to go back in to pick up the eye. Saint should not be able to keep him locked in place, so Dardoch gets the objective and gets out.
A lot happening, though. Palafox TPing behind Dhokla, trying to make a play happen here.
Denathor got big damage. In comes Isles. Hextech Ultimatum goes through Demonic Ascension from Dhokla, but he's already down! Palafox on a rampage! The AP damage from Orianna is too much for the armor of Dhokla. Denathor survives. Dignitas find 2 kills.
Is it
Mid-turret's in
happening?
trouble, though. Saint's getting some damage down. Does not get the final auto off. Dardoch goes in onto Berserker. Trying to lock him down with the Dragon's Rage, but in comes Armao. Wind becomes lightning. The last shot from Curtain Call will go wide. Saint sidesteps it. Denathor knocks Armao out from the Deadly Flourish, but they got the kill regardless. FBI with the credit.
I mean, they're so close to getting more. It's actually 1-for-1 for now.
Palafox once more. Throws out the shockwave flash out from Saint. Dignitas playing at 100 miles per hour are not giving LYON room to breathe.
They are not. I mean, their tempo was so good and that play was such a good look, but they just missed too much. I mean, they kicked him out of the Curtain Call. FBI missed the 4th shot. Denathor missed the EQ. The shockwave from Palafox was very well placed, but flashed by Saint. It is a 1-for-1. They get the turret. I was trying to be a little cheeky there. Loses the game of chicken. I mean, they're still playing exceptionally well in this game, but they just lost a lot of tempo with that interrupt on
Palafox's back
and how
got
much they
canceled.
missed.
He does not have TP Dragons up in 2 seconds. I think LYON have a huge opportunity to just burst this down. Dignitas will have a 4v5 fight for it if they want to look. They're approaching, but yeah, it's a numbers disadvantage. That True Shot Barrage from Berserker actually completely changed the tempo of this play, and that means that is a free dragon for LYON.
But we still have ourselves in a really banger game right now.
Yeah.
It's the gold lead on the side of Dignitas. We know there's the Swain scaling on the side of LYON. We know Palafox is getting really fed in this game. And it looks to be the Dardoch, he's in form.
Yeah.
We knew he was in form. This is confirming that he is in form.
100% kill
He's playing
participation. 106. I think I can confirm that statement there, Jatt. Wow, what a return. Sometimes we hype it up, but it's up to the player to deliver, and I think Dardoch is delivering in fantastic fashion. Let's get another look at that, because, man, this almost goes so well for Dig. It's still good, but think of the potential.
I mean, Saint tanked that one shot from FBI that would have hit the CC'd Berserker and probably killed him. Then they Jace E him out of the Jhin route. And then IgNar takes one too many tower shots as the Spell Flux connects from Saint. And then just a nice flash from Saint at the end.
Yeah, back to live. We see Dardoch. Looks like he went in for an invade right there, trying to get some more camps away. But you can see the audience rallying behind Dignitas. It's a play onto Palafox in the top lane all alone. He will flash away. Saint chases him down. Not quite enough damage, and Palafox will walk out.
Not even close. Look at that Seraph shield coming in clutch. 345 damage shield, but if it was 1 point less shielded, he would be dead.
Yep.
So that's why he has the item. It's to live through Camille ganks. Still, the tempo does feel fast in this game. Like they're really matching each other, and Dignitas has been able to find enough kills, and this gold lead is getting pretty substantial for them.
And I know 9 kills in 19 minutes doesn't feel like that many, but it's been an action-packed game regardless, because not all those kills have been at the same time. They've been spread out enough that there has been so many plays from both sides. Isles went for the first roam top side. Denathor was able to avoid it. Now Isles has been up there 2 more times, almost takes down Palafox, does get Denathor 1 other time. Like, this Camille support is definitely kind of dictating a lot of the pace of play from LYON's side, but Dardoch and Palafox are dictating it from Dignitas' side. So keep your eyes on this Lee Sin. Wherever he goes, action seems to follow. 100% kill participation still as the turrets are falling in the side lanes. Dignitas got the outer turret bot side for Denathor. Now Palafox pushing in this top turret. Look at all the vision they have down. With IgNar and Dardoch hovering nearby, he's got so much protection and confidence to just walk up and keep hitting that turret.
Yeah, and he is snowballing, and I really think this item that he's built is interesting. The Storm Surge kind of rush.
Armao, they're trying to lock him down. The Crescent Guard's out, so it's going to absorb a lot of the damage. That's ultimate for ultimate trade, support for jungler. Armao going to have to back all the way off as Dhokla's getting a lot of work on that bottom turret. Dignitas pushing in mid. Dhokla will get the turret. So LYON actually not too bad. They absorb the play mid, and they get some gold onto Dhokla.
They absolutely do, but look at this Storm Surge that Palafox has completed. This is his second item. I think Storm Surge is a very under-purchased item because everyone else looking for the cheap AP item is just going to go like Rocket Belt second.
Yeah.
But it's very bursty. 15 Magic Pen, 90 AP, and the 6% move speed, not to mention the passive that will just, they call it Squall, but it's just that extra magic damage burst if you're doing a large burst of damage, which he will be doing to basically everyone on this team. So lowered mobility for the increased chance of like one-shotting someone. He's gone the upgraded Stork Shoes with the additional Magic Pen of the Storm Surge, so he's going for true damage.
And now he's on Dardoch. He throws out the Command Protect. He's setting up the Lee Sin Shockwave, but Lee Sin goes a little far forward. The Orianna's not able to follow up, and LYON just get their mid laner out of there with a Realm Warp.
Yeah, they're able to shift everyone to the top side on the map. They don't lose anything for that play, though, because so many people online had to respond to it. They still have mid push, they still have top push. Both these teams kind of playing on 2 lanes, and I think everyone needs to reset for this next Drake fight because Dig does not want LYON reaching Soul Point. Had to check the Baron there.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just going to go for trap play.
Armeo's walking up, has the Crescent Guard back available. IgNar also has the Solar Flare available. Isles would be an easier target to burst down, but he's able to hookshot back away. Saint gets the wave in. Dignitas, it looks like they were setting up some kind of death brush there.
Yeah. I mean, they were trying to bait around the Baron, knowing they have the control ward inside, and kind of threatening the Baron. But their Baron damage is so low, I feel like it's such a fake threat that no one on LYON has to check. Yeah. But at the same time, like, they have the inside track to Drake now. If they just shift down, FBI's been pushing in this mid wave. And now they'll be able to set up, but they'll be sitting on a little bit of gold, so everyone has a chance to reset on LYON's side. And weirdly enough, there was a trap play that LYON wanted to set as well. You can see Swain and Rise doing the old 2-man right there, thinking that Dig might still be playing around topside. But instead, they'll just get the turret and reset.
I do like plays like this from teams when they decide we're not going for Dragon, commit to a play on the other side. They make sure they at least get the turret, they get more gold onto their solo laners, and they already have 2 dragons. So this is going to take a while for Dignitas to stack these up and actually threaten a Dragon Soul. I think this is a completely fine play from LYON when you're the team behind in gold. Just get more gold at that point. You need to put yourself in a position where you can contest future Dragons. And right now, Dhokla is going to be one of the big parts of that. Same with Saint. Those are the only 2 that are within, 500 of their opponents. Dardoch and FBI have really kind of ran away with the gold leads over their lane opponents.
They have. Dardoch, wonder how much damage he's going to go. Normally you see Guardian Angel as the 3rd item, but we'll see what he decides to go as he's still 100% kill participation, but there hasn't been a kill for quite a while.
He could be building toward that still with the double longsword.
Everyone's ready to fight right here.
I mean, Baron's up. It would be an objective. IgNar goes in. Armao follows up, tries to get onto the back line, pushes Dardoch away from the Orianna. Palafox is chunked down, and Dardoch's focused. Shut down over to Berserker. Dardoch dove onto the back line, but Palafox was segmented from the fight, could not get in range for the combo.
I mean, it's just too deep. They can't get through the Swain.
IgNar might just go down, has to flash away. Isles threatened the hook shot.
Yeah, Dardoch got a little bit ahead of himself, trying too hard to get the kick onto Isles. But you could just see Big Dokes in there with the Frozen Heart and the Rylai's and the Null Magic. Like, unless you're focusing him or disengaging the Swain, I don't think they can actually have the 5v5 team fights that doesn't start with a one-shot if Swain is in the fight.
Yeah, you press Demonic Ascension. We already highlighted the relative low range of a lot of these engaged tools. Lee Sin flying in, IgNar flying in, Denathor, he's got the Shock Blast, but after that, he kind of wants to go for the melee form to get that extra chunk. Hard to get past Dhokla, and it's instances like that that we see LYON show their strengths as well. You mentioned this before, Jatt. It's a team fight for this team. Yep. The way that they set that up, incredible.
It really is. Armao disengaged at the start there. Dhokla only at 10 stacks of his Ravenous Flock. Hasn't been able to get too many. 150 bonus health he'll have from that, so still slowly building up his tankiness. Mostly a tank Swain, it feels like, so far, but it's going to be very effective. And still had to build that Null Magic because Palafox is going for that Magic Pen build. Doesn't want to get one shot by the Orianna.
Yeah, I wonder if he goes for something off-tank like an Abyssal Mask as his next item here, because that gives him a little more damage. It gives Saint a lot more damage and also gives you that magic resist. So we'll keep track of Dhokla's build as it's right back to Baron control. 2 minutes 40 for that Dragon, so there's really nothing on the bottom I have to focus on. Dhokla's down there. Realm Warp from Saint straight on the Dardoch. The Dignitas jungler was waiting in the wings. That's a teleport now from Dhokla behind. Dardoch's got to get out of dodge. Palafox will be the escape tool, and Armao almost just popped. The Shockwave still available. Watch for the combo. Dardoch flashes over the wall. LYON trying to chase Dignitas out, and they will keep their mid laner alive. Nobody dies on either side.
Dardoch is going some places right now. I like the look to be able to get the flash from Saint, but then taking that Q into Armao, having to burn his Dardoch then had to burn his flash to get back over the Baron pit. A little hyphy. I felt like he had such an amazing start to this game. You can see he's still making a lot of calls. He seems to be the most talkative member on comms right now, trying to find the windows. It is a very close game right now, and when you're up against Berserker Ezreal, who we haven't talked about that much, but he just hit 3 items on Ezreal, very high carry potential and great team fighting for LYON still.
I love paying attention to the player cameras, see who is talking, because in the past it would be Palafox talking a lot during these plays. But yeah, you're right. I've seen Palafox less and Dardoch more. Obviously, we're not seeing their faces all the time, so who's to truly say, but definitely a different look for Dignitas. You can already feel something's different about this team just in this game 1.
I got a YouTube video for Dignitas. Just release the whole game on comms. Just the whole series.
Honestly,
just release it. That's going to get the most views of any LCS video released that week. The LYON team comms are amazing. They have really great edits. They have been my favorite ones to watch, especially when Inspired is there. But I feel like the Dardoch Palafox cinema, I think it's worth it. It's worth the strategic trade-off. Just for the entertainment value.
We're talking so much about Dardoch's return and how exciting that is, but think about the team he's returning onto. It's Dignitas, last place, hasn't picked up a series win in a while. It's a rookie top laner that Dardoch is jungling for. It's Palafox in the mid lane with FBI IgNar in the bot lane. So the volatility of this Dignitas squad has been present so far this summer split.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Now Baron is the focus here for LYON. They started up, it's spotted out by Dignitas. They're gonna have to try and approach. It's teleporting from Denathor. So it will at the very least be a TP gain for LYON. They're still on the Baron, they just got it. They had the DPS, and Dignitas were far too slow to contest. Maybe they'll look for the fight afterwards. That's the engage from IgNar trying to get in onto Saint, but he's just dead. The Leona takes a one-way trip to the gray screen as Isles now goes for the re-engage. Saint with the Realm Warp, cuts off the retreat path, and Dignitas are routed. LYON yet again show their team fight strengths as they will take a 0 for 4 plus the Baron.
I mean, great shot call by LYON to sneak the Baron there as everyone's gearing up for the next Infernal Drake. And then they were just ready to fight afterwards. I think the debuff from the Hunting Baron had pretty much expired, so I didn't like the timing of IgNar going for that engage. And then once he went in, everyone just felt like they had to follow. And again, it's one of those things where they fought just within the Swain ultimate, so there was no real chance. And it might be the end of the game.
They have a cannon minion. They have so much damage. It's only IgNar back from the respawn. Dardoch's reset was canceled by Isles, and it ends like that. LYON weather the storm. 1 Baron's all it takes. They'll win game 1.
I hate to see a game end like that.
Yeah.
It was looking so good for Dignitas for so long, but LYON just decisively start the Baron, decisively win the fight after, and then know their limits to just push the Nexus. In a game where they were down 7 kills to 2 at 7 kills to 3 at 28 minutes.
Yeah.
They win.
How much gold were they behind?
28-30.
3K? And then they're 3K up at the end.
Lounge.
What a turnaround.
Lounge. What was that?
This is exactly what I was worried about when I saw the team composition.
It's pain.
Despite the